crowd. And I was sitting there and I was absolutely upset that there wasn't anything. Because we go to sporting events to feel alive, to be part of a community, to be with friends, to be social. And in my opinion, have fun, cheer, get behind the team. So this is what happened to me. I'm sitting there at the game. 8 minutes left. And I decided to do this. It's a true story. My friend's like, please don't, please don't. And I get up on my seat in front of 10,500 strangers in my hometown for no other reason than to get them excited. And I start to do this. And I'm dancing, and I'm dancing, and I'm dancing, and they're all looking at me like you are right now. Get some help, buddy. But I stood up there and I kept going because all I wanted to do was be a spark to get that crowd going and have some fun. And as I stood there, they were all like, called the paramedics. But help me out, because as I sat back down in the seat at the end of the song, 10,500 people, you can all clap, we can have some fun, let's go! I sit back down in my seat, and I realized at that moment, I think I need help. And I got up the next whistle, and I went up, and I went to the aisles, and I went up and down the aisles. The next Monday, the team called me and said, we'd like to have you back. And I said, what do you want me to do? And they said, dance, white boy, dance. For the next 2 years, I became known as the dancing guy in my hometown of Ottawa. Now you're figuring out why I'm single. Seriously, right? How you doing? So next thing I know, I started to show up at sporting events all around the world. And I realized, because I only have an hour to talk to you today, so I'll keep it short. I realized at that moment, as I showed up to other stadiums to see if maybe people would hire me, I figured out there was a through line. That a crowd in Ottawa is no different than a crowd at Wembley, or a crowd in Wichita, or LA, or Abu Dhabi, or Adelaide. A crowd wants to be moved. They want to feel something. It is our responsibility to remove the barriers to make our fans feel something. As much as the technology and all the resources we have is important, it's part of our brain, it's part of our revenue, my challenge to you is to make people feel something. Because in a week from now, after that game, and 3 months from now, they're going to remember that you made them feel special and alive, no matter the score, no matter the outcome. And for the last 18 years, 1,184 sporting events in 5 countries, 38 states, 9 provinces, 12.5 million fans, and only 8 hospital visits later. I've learned a bit about sports and entertainment. And the fact is, at the end of the day, people want to have an emotional experience at that game, to make them feel something different, to give them the unexpected, because that night I got up in Ottawa, and that night I got up a few months ago in Belfast with the Giants, they didn't see it coming. And that's the goal, to me, for the fan experience, to how to engage people, to how to make it feel and come alive. I was on an airplane a couple months ago, about a year ago. The guy next to me says, what do you do for a living? This is just after I performed the night before. And I look at him. I go, I'm in the smile business. I smile at him. That was the end of the conversation. And he goes, yeah, I know you are. I go, really? What do you mean? Because I was at the game last night that you were at. I'm like, oh, really? This is going to be an interesting flight. I'm like, hopefully I didn't do anything too crazy. And he said, you made my 5-year-old feel like the biggest rock star in that arena. And you put a smile on my kid's face. And at that moment, I figured out that all those flights and those motels and those hotels and all those games and high fives were worth it, because at the end of the day, when someone realized and recognized you for being in the smile business, it's a pretty good feeling. One that we all share today. Thank you so much for having me. Have an incredible conference. I'll be here tonight at the event, and look forward to meeting a lot of you. Have a great time, and keep cheering, keep challenging that experience to bring your fans to come alive. Thank you.